This is MicroMatComp, and I'm here together with Nukelawe. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright, so this is Project F.R.O.G, so what that means is it's just the fast resetting of golems. So it just means that it's a decently sized farm, and it repairs really fast for its size. So as you can see, it's vertical, which makes it fit into a smaller space than its horizontal counterparts quite easily. And it has 255 villages. So that would produce around 10k iron per hour. It has a 1 minute 6 seconds per village repair rate, and times 255 villages would mean that it repairs in 4 hours and 41 minutes approximately.
So this farm has a slightly unusual input. There are 8 separate levers and a button. With these 8 levers you can specify the number of villages. So it's a binary number. Here we have selected 5, and at the top lights represent the number of villages currently. So let's say I select 128 villages and press submit. It'll then start building, and the top lights will gradually increase, and that way you can follow how far your building process is going. And you can also at any point change your target value. I could even go lower than the current number. And when I do that, the farm will, after finishing its next cycle, just reset to 0 and start building from there. So how this works is we have 2 binary numbers that are being compared. One is the input, and one is the current number of villages that is being incremented by using a binary counter that is over here. And when the target is larger than the current number, then we just continue building. When the target is smaller than the current number, then we reset to 0, and everything ends when the 2 numbers are equal. And the redstone is basically doing all that. It's controlling the timings, activating certain components at the right times. Okay, so now the farm is building. I've selected 5 villages, so it will build 5. The build sequence takes 1 minute and 6 seconds and 2 game ticks. It's 1322 game ticks. That is really fast. Like the theoretical minimum you can do is 1320, which is exactly 1 minute and 6 seconds. But there are some game mechanics that, in rare instances, allow make it possible for villagers to take longer than 6 seconds to detect doors, and that's why there's those 2 extra game ticks. So here you can see the building process. It is very traditional. Spire used it already in his 1024 village iron farm. So it works by adding first the top satellite, then the one in the middle, and finally it creates this funny X shape when the village is stretched all the way down to the bottom satellite. That's it.
Yep. And as you can see, it as soon as the first satellite decays, it adds it back and creates a new village. And then it does the same for the second satellite once that happens, and so on until it just keeps on continuing to do that. And the bottom village will snap back into the center location after all the satellites have decayed. Yep,
so
like
we
that.
wait for the 6 seconds for the villager to detect the door, and the 1 minute is just to wait the previous village to decay.
Yep, and it just does that once again as the blue village just slowly starts to get added, and the pink village slowly decays. Alright, so this is the sky axis. As you can see, it's relatively messy, but it kind of has to be this way. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and explain why. The reason that it's this messy is because we have to allow sky access through every other block to make sure that it's symmetrical down here. So that way we can let sky access through this slice right here down to the secondary platform at the bottom. And we can just do a standard memory cell subtraction sky access control. And the way we actually decrement the sky access is by having cauldrons with single signal strength just extend and decrement this memory cell by 1. And the way we do it up top is a little bit trickier. It's basically the same, but we have to have specific signal strength be input into specific spots. So if you're recreating this from the world download, you might want to go ahead and be rather specific in the way that you do your signal strength inputs. And these are the villagers right here. They can be relatively close to the spawning pad. They could even be right up against it if you wanted. But the reason we have this outside the farm itself is so that you could build this on the edge of spawn chunks. And it can be within the edge of the entity processing chunks, but the villagers can be in the lazy chunks. Because villagers won't be processed by the entity spawn chunks, but they will still count towards the village count. So that's why they're kind of offset from the farm itself. Alright, that's pretty much it for this. The world download is in the description, and I hope you guys enjoy building this. It's a little bit difficult of a build, but it's very feature-rich, and I would highly recommend building it in your world if you're able to get past that. So anyways, guys, this is Micromet Comp, and that's Nuke. See you later.
See you.